You just gotta suck for like a while, like a long while, a lot longer than you want to. 大家好，我叫 Sam, and I'm here to do a book review. And I kind of lied to you guys because I said we're going to be reviewing this book, and that's just not the case. So let me explain what's going on, and I'd like to show you my process a bit. All right, so the plan was to read 错，which is from Chinese Breeze. This is a level 1, 300 unique characters in here, and some of them I do recognize, but it's kind of tricky for a number of reasons, and that's because I've never read anything in Chinese, so there's a lot of time spent looking up characters, which is natural, I'm sure. Like, you're not just going to jump into it and know, what's going on. And so I was looking through it, and then I did a little bit of research, and I came across another book. The book series is called Mandarin Companion. The book itself that I bought is called The Misadventures of Zhou Haisheng. I went ahead and I just got this. I had some Kindle credit, and it's just easier, so I didn't want to wait to order it. So I just bought the Kindle version. I have it on my phone. But it was the absolute simplest book that I could find. Instead of 300, which is pretty low, it only has 150 unique characters in the entire book. And I don't really do the Kindle thing normally, but it's kind of neat, and I'm going to show you why. So in the Kindle version here, we have hyperlinks that just take you straight to kind of recommended vocabulary, the words they assume you don't know or you don't know well. And it's nice because all you have to do is click on it, and it takes you straight to the back of the book where you can learn the correct pronunciation with the pinyin, as well as the definition in English, which is nice. The other thing that I like is it has this little notes tab. So we're going to use Yao Shi, for example. These are two words that I'm familiar with, but I didn't know when you put them together, they make a totally different definition. So I can just kind of highlight like this and add the note, and that way I can save it. And when I come back to it later, I can remember that Yao Shi is if when it's together. The other cool thing, it's just super easy to navigate back and forth within. I don't know if this is a Kindle app thing or the fact that it's just, a digital book, but I don't know. It's worth mentioning that it's really easy to get to the back of the book where you can see all the words, and then you just cut right back. You're not flipping pages, and I think it's just a nice clean look. So a big thing that I am sticking to is reading out loud. That's super important. You have to hear yourself. You have to sound like a total foreigner for a long time before you don't. But for those of you who don't know where I'm at necessarily, I just passed my 6-month mark learning Mandarin. There were a couple months there where I slipped a little bit, and so I'll just link the video up here so you can see where I'm at. I kind of highlight my goals in there as well, as far as where I'd like to be with Mandarin Chinese. But long story short, I'm not so focused on writing. I don't see there being a lot of day-to-day instances when I would need to write. So I'm mainly focused on reading and then typing. So using the pinyin keyboard on my phone and then identifying the proper characters. I just feel like that is going to be as I get more advanced and we get down the road, it's something worth revisiting. I know a lot of people have told me, like, hey, make sure like you at least know the characters, because it's way hard when you're a proficient speaker and then you have to go back to square one and learn about the characters. So that's where I'm at. So I am reading, and then I'll kind of show you guys what's going on. I'm writing the story out in my notebook here in English. So this is what this looks like. I kind of just have characters, locations, and that's all at the front of the book. But please don't pause this and try to read what I wrote, because A, my handwriting is terrible, but B, as you're going sentence by sentence, it's not always properly conjugated, and then you have to read the little paragraph, and you kind of get like, okay, you kind of understand where the story is going there. But the other thing that I'm doing, just if you flip a couple pages, although I am writing in English, I am keeping tabs on the new vocabulary that I'm learning. So actually right down here, perfect example, we have Yao Shi, and then I can write the pinyin, and then the English translation. I understand the English translation. Maybe I should do a video on how to speak English. That might be good. I understand that the translation isn't always right, but for this instance, I mean, again, this is absolute beginner level. For this instance, that's what it's supposed to mean. So I understand there's multiple meanings for a lot of these, depending on context, but why overwhelm yourself that early, you know? I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to read an excerpt from that, just so everybody can make fun of my terrible accent, but also mainly because I'm documenting this whole process. I want to be able to look back on this and be like, wow, I thought I had it kind of figured out, and I was just so far off. So we're just going to read a little bit out of the Misadventures of Zhou Haisheng. So as I'm reading normally, again, I read out loud as much as I can, and then when I come across words that I don't remember, I'll go back, figure it out, and then I come back to the word, and then obviously I start over. So we got something like 每天下午4点多，海生都会回到饭店，周太太会请儿子今天又睡了什么东西？要是饭店没人来吃饭，他会看海参。And then, for example, I kind of lost that one, so I can go through my notes a little bit. 蝎子，他会看海参睡着。So anyway, again, that's kind of where I'm at. It's coming along just way slower than I would like it to. Please do leave in the comments, again, any language hacks, any tips, tricks, or magical powers that can just make this easier. I know it's kind of tough, and you just got to get through it, right? That's part of language learning. That's kind of part of the process. Is like you just got to suck for like a while, like a long while, a lot longer than you want to. But again, any podcasts, YouTube videos, channels, whatever would be great. Let me know what you're reading now. And then what progression you took while you were reading. And again, go ahead if you'd like to follow along. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be putting a little more content in Chinese as well as Spanish. For those of you who don't know, I've been learning Spanish much longer. I'm much more confident in Spanish. You can check this video out. I spoke Spanish all day long and filmed the experience. That was kind of fun. So thanks again for watching, and